Kaustubh Pawaskar joining us, lead analyst, ICICI Direct. Kaustubh, how are you reading into the numbers? 3-4% beat on the top line, but it's all driven by EBITDA at this point. The cost side of things is what they've been able to manage well.
Yeah, I think they were able to manage the cost on the cost front because EBITDA margins came at around 20.6%, much better than what we and Street were anticipating at around 17 to 18%. In fact, the margins, EBITDA margins came very strong compared to what the Street was anticipating. Also on the revenue front as well, they did much better. The revenue growth was ahead of our expectation by around 2 to 3%. They have achieved, I guess, 9% volume growth in the decorative paint business, and overall the value growth was around 16-17%. So overall, it was a strong set of numbers.
And the volume growth, Kaustubh, would you say largely in line with what the consensus was? Was it better? How should one evaluate the volume number?
I think volume growth was largely in line with the guidance what the company had given of around 8 to 10% volume growth. So volume growth at 9% was in line with the guided range of the company. Also, what we were anticipating, it was around 6-7%. I think it came in better than what our anticipation was. I think Street was anticipating somewhere in the range of 6 to 8%.
Okay. Kaustubh, I'm just trying to understand. It was a difficult environment, right, from a raw material cost perspective. That's what makes this beat a little more significant, you would say? This 20.6% kind of margin has not been seen in maybe at least 8 quarters.
If you look at the gross margins for performance as well, the gross margins improved by 91 bips to 43.6%. So this is despite the fact that in this quarter we have seen, substantial raw material inflation. They had taken, a calibrated price increase in their portfolio, but I think, along with that, their supply strength and all, I think they have managed well with on all the cost parameters. So that's why we are seeing around, 91 bips expansion in the gross margins and more than 200 bips expansion in the operating margins.
And Kaustubh, you believe that the margin number looks sustainable? I know, commentary is still awaited, but what's your sense based on just reading the numbers?
It is very difficult to gauge at this junction because there is a volatility in the, global uncertainty still persists. Crude prices are volatile, so it is very difficult to gauge whether it will remain at this level. But I think the company, overall is managing its, profitability very well, and that could be seen in the results, and that's why the results are quite good.
Okay. Kaustubh, appreciate you coming in. Very short notice, but thanks so much for coming in, giving us that perspective on Paints. Asian Paints now up 4%.